All right, the Axis Cube. I don't actually know who made this one. I don't even remember how long ago I got it, if I'm going to be honest. But this is actually a pretty difficult shape mod. The Axis Cube is a 3x3 that has been shifted on its axis by 45 degrees, and of course, cut and extended to make it back to cubic again. And it makes it to where a lot of the edges appear very similar, and it's hard to tell where they go. And it's also kind of hard to tell how the centers are supposed to be oriented because it's hard to tell if they're 90 degrees off or 180 degrees off. So this is a pretty difficult shape mod. I would say it's pretty high up there within the top 5 most difficult shape mods. I don't think it's quite as difficult as a ghost cube, but other than that, one of the hardest. Hardest parts for me is the cross, the first step, and believe it or not, the center orientation. The cross is just simply because a lot of the edges are very similar and have the same colors on them, and it's just hard to tell where they go from time to time. So I'll find myself inserting the wrong edge and then having to replace it with another one. And then center orientation is because, in my opinion, like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to tell whether the centers are 90 degrees off or 180 degrees off because just the way that they're shaped, just like the edges, they're very similar. Just a lot of the pieces on this just look very similar because of the fact that it's flipped on its axis by 45 degrees. So it just makes for a very interesting solve. And you'll see I'm doing right here, I actually orient the centers of the middle layer first before I finish the actual middle layer, because it makes it way less confusing for me. Because of course, if you have one center that's 90 degrees off, then the edges will be hard to go in because they'll have parity and just all of that. So I do that to save myself a little less of a headache that I already get trying to solve this puzzle. So after I figured all of that out, then it wasn't that hard. It's basically like a Master Morphix. It's just a super cube. All 3x3 shape mods are super cubes. It's all just getting your wrapped mind around the pieces. That's all shape mods are. So yeah, I think that is it. I appreciate you all for watching.